Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in a small village called Smiljan, in what is now Croatia. His father was a priest in the Serbian Orthodox Church, and his mother had a great talent for making tools and inventions at home. Even though she did not receive formal education, she had a strong influence on young Nikola. From an early age, Tesla showed signs of being different. He had a sharp memory, and his imagination was strong. However, his childhood was marked by tragedy when his older brother died in an accident. This event deeply affected Tesla and stayed with him for the rest of his life. As a boy, Tesla was fascinated by the power of nature. He would watch thunderstorms and think about how electricity worked. His curiosity pushed him to learn more. After finishing elementary school, Tesla went to the Austrian Polytechnic School in Graz in 1875. There, he studied electrical engineering. He was an excellent student, but over time, his interest in the studies began to fade. He started losing motivation, and in his third year, he left the university without completing his degree. This was a setback for Tesla, but it did not stop his passion for learning. After leaving school, Tesla moved to Budapest in 1881. He started working for a telephone company, where he came up with his first major idea, the rotating magnetic field. This idea later became a key part of his work on alternating current AC, a system of electricity that would change the world. However, Tesla's big ideas were often hard for others to understand. Many people thought his ideas were too wild to work, but Tesla didn't give up. He kept believing in his vision. In 1884, Tesla made a bold decision. He moved to the United States with just a few cents in his pocket. He was determined to work with Thomas Edison, who was already a famous inventor at the time. Tesla believed this would be his chance to make a name for himself. When he arrived in New York City, he found a job working for Edison's company. Edison was known for his work with direct current DC, which was another way to send electricity over distances. Tesla respected Edison's achievements, but he also believed that his own AC system was better. At first, Edison and Tesla worked together. However, they soon started to disagree about how electricity should be used. Edison was convinced that DC was the future, but Tesla argued that AC could carry electricity more efficiently over long distances. The two men clashed, and after a short time, Tesla left Edison's company. This was a difficult period for Tesla. He had lost his job and had little money. But despite these hardships, Tesla did not give up. In 1887, Tesla founded his own company, Tesla Electric Company. With the help of investors, he began working on his AC system. His breakthrough came in 1888, when he met George Westinghouse, a businessman and inventor. Westinghouse believed in Tesla's AC system and bought the patents for it. Together, they started promoting AC electricity across the United States. This led to what is now known as the War of Currents, a fierce competition between Tesla's AC and Edison's DC. Many people doubted Tesla, but in 1893, at the World's Fair in Chicago, AC electricity powered the event. It was a massive victory for Tesla and Westinghouse. With AC now accepted as the future of electricity, Tesla became a well-known figure. He continued to work on new inventions and ideas. One of his most famous inventions during this time was the Tesla coil, which is still used today in radios and televisions. Tesla dreamed big. He believed in the possibility of wireless power, sending electricity through the air without wires. This idea was ahead of its time, and Tesla dedicated much of his later life to trying to make it a reality. In 1899, Tesla moved to Colorado Springs, where he set up a laboratory to experiment with wireless power. He even built a giant tower to try to send electricity through the earth. His experiments were ambitious, but they often ended in failure. However, Tesla never lost hope. He was always chasing bigger dreams, even if they seemed impossible to others. One of Tesla's most famous projects was the Wardenclyffe Tower, built on Long Island, New York, in 1901. This tower was supposed to transmit messages, pictures, and electricity across the world without using wires. But the project faced financial difficulties. Investors grew impatient, and eventually, the funding was cut off. In 1917, the tower was torn down, marking one of Tesla's biggest disappointments. Despite these setbacks, Tesla continued to work on new ideas throughout his life. However, he struggled financially in his later years. Many of his inventions were never fully developed, and he was often ahead of his time. Yet Tesla's contributions to science and technology were undeniable. He held over 300 patents, and his work laid the foundation for many modern technologies. Nikola Tesla died alone in a hotel room in New York City on January 7, 1943, at the age of 86. Though he had spent his last years in relative obscurity, his legacy lived on. Today, Tesla is remembered as one of the greatest inventors in history. His work on alternating current made modern electricity systems possible. His vision of wireless power and communication was groundbreaking, even if it was not fully realized in his lifetime. Tesla's life was full of ups and downs. He faced failures and setbacks, but he always stayed true to his dreams. He showed the world that innovation requires imagination and courage. Though he did not always get the recognition he deserved during his lifetime. Today, we see the importance of his work everywhere. His story teaches us that even in the face of challenges, it is possible to change the world if you dare to dream big. Nikola Tesla's life was not just about inventions. It was about perseverance and the belief that the future could be better. He showed that it is possible to push the boundaries of what we think is possible, and that true visionaries often face many obstacles before their ideas are accepted. Today, Tesla is remembered not just for what he invented, but for the way he inspired the world to think bigger and dream of a better tomorrow.